On the USS Kirk, our mission was to protect the helicopters moving from the embassy out to the aircraft carriers and back and forth. We were very close to the action.
You could stand there on the deck and you could watch it all happening. We thought that the USS Kirk was just going to be an observer to this whole thing, and when all of a sudden on radar we started seeing these little blips coming out from the shore.
I really don't know where to start. We looked up at the horizon and all you could see were helicopters all heading toward us.
These were not Marine Corps helicopters. They were small helicopters, the little Hueys, which were never part of the evacuation plan. But they were flying over top of us. We were watching them fly over top, over and over and over again.
We viewed them as enemy until we could verify who it was. Then we realized that these were South Vietnamese trying to escape. I figured if we could save one, at least we save 15, 20 people. They were packed in there like sardines. So I made a decision, land the helicopter.
One of our sailors could speak rudimentary Vietnamese, so we put him on the radio and he started broadcasting. This is ship 1087, land here.
So we got his attention, he came flying over, he landed on our flight deck. And it turned out that the pilot, he was the pilot for the deputy chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, real high up. And he had the general with him. It was a two-star general. And the two-star general's nephew, 3 women, about 4 children. It was a big deal for us.
When it landed, we got everything off, and I looked up because there were 5, 6, 7 stacked up ready to land.
Turned out all throughout the southern part of Vietnam, there were South Vietnamese Army and Air Force installations with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 helicopters. And those helicopters were flyable, their pilots were there, and when they realized that the evacuation was happening and they weren't going to be part of it, they said, oh yeah, we are.
These young Vietnamese pilots would go to their homes, land right in their front yards, pick up their families and anybody else and head out to sea, hoping they can rendezvous with the ship. Well, we're one of the first ships they saw.
Our flight deck will only take 1 helicopter at a time landing. There are no wheels on them, you just have skids. We couldn't think of what else to do, and these other planes were looking for a place to land, so we just physically pushed them.
Of course, this was a big old helicopter, thousands of pounds, so we had to figure out how to get it 15 feet over to the edge of the flight deck.
You don't have time to think about what you did, you just had to do it. So we opened up our flight deck and they began to land, one right after the other. Some of them were shot at, holes in them.
Most of the Vietnamese who came out, I'm talking about the flight crews, they were heavily armed, all with sidearms, some with M16 rifles. They had no idea what was going to happen, so they came out ready for anything, really. So we had to disarm them.
None of them had ever landed on a ship before. They were Vietnamese Air Force. Everybody had a gun. We took all the guns away from them. And about 5 minutes later, another one came in and landed. And we pushed his airplane over the side. I was the second one. I helped push that one over too. Then the third plane came in. It landed also. We pushed it over the side. So meanwhile, we've thrown 3 helicopters in the water so far. This is incredible. I know you're probably not believing any of this, but it's all true.